Welcome to our Canvas 101 series. In this episode, we are going to be going through the different types of quiz questions. To begin, we're going to get you into the quiz that we made in one of our earlier tutorials. We're going to start at our home page where we had our modules, and we're going to go ahead and click on the sample quiz from before, quiz 3. Once we get to the next page, you're going to see all of the preferences we filled in from a prior tutorial. And then you're going to click in the upper right-hand corner where it says Edit. Now the next screen for you might look a little different than mine, but if you look in the upper left-hand corner where it says Details and Questions, I want you to click on where it says Questions. That's going to take you out of all of your preferences and actually let you start creating new questions. Go ahead and hit the plus sign where it says New Question, and now we can talk about type. The first type we're going to talk about is multiple choice, very traditional type of question. When you first click into that, you're going to see that you've got a rich text editor. You can put text in for your question, and then if you look at the answer screen, you're going to notice whichever one you put an arrow on the left-hand side is going to be labeled in green. The green arrow is telling you that that's what you have chosen for your correct answer, and any other answers you put in are going to default to red. Now, if you look below that, you can see that there are some additional blanks that those are going to be useful for all of the question types having to do with if you want to leave a comment for a student after they have answered a question. In our next type, true-false questions, same rich text editor for writing your question. Your answers, you're limited to 2. It's either true or false. Whichever one you identify as green, that's going to be your correct answer. The one that is labeled with a red box is going to be your incorrect answer. In this example, I made the true correct and the false incorrect. For the next type, our fill in the blank, I'm going to take a little longer look at the second row of all of those options. You have a lot of different things you can embed into your question. Charts, media, links. You can take links out, you can attach images, make equations, record media directly into the question. You have a lot of options I encourage you to play with. Then all you are doing is making a list of anything that you want to consider a correct answer. And now for an intermission. I encourage you to pause this video, process what we've talked about, play around with it a little bit, and then start the video back up and proceed to some of the other choices. This option allows you to fill in multiple blanks. I want you to take a second and look at the words colors and days in my question. They are in brackets. Those are the same things that are going to create categories for students to answer below. So anything you would like to be considered a correct answer for colors, for example, green, red, blue, purple, orange, those you would want to list. You can then click on Show Possible Answers For, and it will shift over to the other option, which you can also create your fill in the blank list. This option just allows you to have more than one correct answer. Otherwise, it works like a multiple choice question. Just make sure you have 2 or 3 or 4 green arrows selected. This next one, called multiple drop-downs, is basically multiple answers but in multiple choice form. So again, you have your brackets identifying your possible answers. However, unlike before, in the filling in multiple blanks, you are actually creating a multiple choice list that your students will see. In this case, I said white, baby blue, and black. The dark color, the correct answer, was black. In type 7, we've got matching, fairly self-explanatory. Make sure you line up your correct answer with the word you want them matching to. Yellow, lemons, blue, sky, green, grass, etc. When asking for numerical answers, you actually have a few different options. You can either ask for an exact answer. In this case, your error margin would be 0, or you can also ask for a range. You can be benevolent and not make them round. You know that you want your answer to be somewhere between 6 and 7. In this next one, you are actually making a regenerative question. So in this example, 5 plus x, you are going to define what numbers could it use, 1 through 10. That x will be replaced. So your question might be 3 plus 5, 6 plus 5, 10 plus 5. You get to decide what you want it to generate, how many different options you might have. This one is a little bit more complicated. Feel free to ask for more help on using this option. The last two types that are offered are essay questions and uploading files. Neither of these have any extra steps. An essay question, you write your question, your student responds to it. In uploading a file, you're asking for a student to look and upload. It's one click. There isn't a lot of steps for that. As always, feel free to ask any questions and contact the IT department. We'd be happy to run more training sessions with you personally.